Thumbs up. All right. I promise you didn't want to have to hear what I had to say anyways, but now you're stuck with me. So, we're ready to rock and roll Washington Modified Tour to kick off night number 2 of the Yakima Valley Sprint Car Challenge. Don Martin, Jason Bolio, road number 1, coming out of corner number 4, green flag, we go racing. Down the front straightaway, Bolio looking to work his way into turn number 1. He'll beat him in, but washes wide. Does the car hook up? Yes, it does. And coming out of corner number 2, it is Bolio into the early advantage. Martin settling into second. Third is going to be Weinbarger. Battle for the 4th and final transfer position between Miller and Carlisle. Carlisle will go on top shelf, getting a little body action there from Miller coming out of the corner, and Miller will take the 4th position. Look out, Criswell coming from the back of the pack. He started dead last, working his way, trying to get up to 4th and get a transfer spot. Looks to the inside of Miller down the back chute. Criswell with the nose on him going into the corner. They set, they drop the hammer, they accelerate off and through, and Miller will hold it for the time being. But Morgan Criswell coming hard. 2 laps in, 6 remaining. Bolio pacing the field with Martin and Weinbarger 2-3. Miller up high, Criswell down low as they battle for the 4th and final transfer position straight to the A main. Miller through the middle, hesitates. Here comes Criswell, really cranking the wheel hard to the left in the inside groove. Miller's going to hold it there, but Criswell trying to beat him to the inside on the corner. Miller into the middle, washes wide again, powers through just a little bit sooner, but Criswell making some room on him as they spin the tires off of 2. Better entry to the corner that time for Miller. Watch him drive off and try to hold back Morgan Criswell. Criswell getting a little challenge from Craig Hansen. Hansen was strong last night, looking to repeat his performance and not have to do it through a B main. Battle for second getting good as Weinbarger to the inside of Martin. Martin up high, Weinbarger down low. And Weinbarger takes the position. Miller drifting way wide off the corner. Criswell looking inside. Hansen trying to get up and around him. 3 laps remain here in heat race number 1. It is Bolio all around out front. Weinbarger ways back in second. Martin is third. Here comes Hansen working inside on Miller, trying to take that 4th and final transfer spot. He has got half a mile left to do it as the white flag is out for Jason Bolio. Bolio into 3, making his way out of 4, and he will be your winner. Jason Bolio picking up the win in heat race number 1 for the Washington Modified Tour. Give second to Weinbarger, give third to Don Martin, and at the line, your 4th place finisher officially, Andy Miller. Turner and Carroll on the front row, Wild and Jenner, Ferrando and Bolio, Campos, and Weston and Weinbarger. They roll through 3 and out of 4. Green flag out. BJ Wild going to the extreme inside. They make a Tom Warner sandwich going into the corner 2 different times. Matt Jenner looking to sneak up and pass Carroll for the lead. Carroll will nose forward down the back chute. It is Carroll as we got cars together as Warner's facing the wrong direction, middle of the back straightaway. Looks like Bolio facing the wrong direction at the exit of corner number 4, and the caution flag out on this one.
We need the little NBC need to know thing.
It's true.
When you do something like that.
That would have been helpful.
Sharing facts with the appreciative listening audience.
BJ Wild, Mark Carroll running through the corner. Green flag out. Here we go. Carroll going to look to beat Wild into turn number 1. runs through the middle, or what there is of the middle, and actually gets the car to stick pretty well there. Wild going to work the inside, and they'll run 1-2 with Matt Jenner in third and Gray Ferrando sitting in the fourth spot. I tell you, getting that car back together after it took 15 minutes to get it on the rollback slab last night, incredible accomplishment in engineering. However, Gray decided to explore the extreme high groove there and went from 4th to 7th in one corner. Colin Weinbarger, whose initial start was 9th on this, now up to 4th. However, yellow flag out for Mr. Warner is, unfortunately, Tom's going to be charged with his second yellow right there, and that will end his heat race. Carroll blocks the high groove, then cuts across to block down low. Good veteran restart by the Redmond, Oregon native. Off and into your lead with Jenner now making his way up and around Wild for second. Weinbarger trying to follow him through. Bottom groove, a little bit slippery. You see they're not really hooking up down there coming off the bottom of the second corner, as Weinbarger going top shelf to work his way around Jenner. Weinbarger has Jenner pinned down low. Upstairs he goes, sets his way through the little bit of the dippy-doo in the middle of turn number 1, powers up and around, and Colin Weinbarger up to second as BJ Wild's got trouble. Last year's feature winner here at Central Washington State Fair Raceway with the Washington Modified Tour, pulling off to the infield early. So it is Carroll, Weinbarger in the Superman car, Jenner and Ferrando, with Campos chasing, trying to make his way straight into the A main without having to run the B feature. Halfway home this time by, it is Carroll, Weinbarger chasing. Jenner a ways back in third. Best race on the track is for that fourth and final transfer position with Campos trying to drag the bottom of the track to get underneath Ferrando. Ferrando made good time through the corner and actually really closing the gap on Jenner. So make it a 3-car tango for third instead of a 2-way battle for fourth. However, in that battle for fourth, Campos close to coming out on top. Campos 5th at the line that time, pulls ahead coming out of 2, down the back straightaway they go. Drag race, door panel to door panel, between the two drivers for fourth. Ferrando up high, Campos down low, Campos making the bottom groove work, and John Campos into a transfer spot. Ferrando not getting up, actually tucked it in a little lower that time. Campos comes out wide to block, savvy move there. Ferrando right up to the rear bumper. Give him a little love, down the back straightaway they go. Ferrando sets high, trying to work his way up and around, and Campos loops it into the infield, losing the final transfer spot in the process. Campos in and around in corner number 4, as the white flag is waving, no caution coming out, and Campos from hero to, well, you know how that one finishes out, as Mark Carroll is going to win the heat race. Carroll in the 27, Weinbarger in the Superman car, Matt Jenner in the 6, Gray Ferrando in the V13 going to the A main. Then it'll be the 90 of Chris Bolio, the 66 of Aaron Weston, and Campos with the DNF. One of the Eastern Washington cars. And the Tiana Berkeley fan club is here. I heard them. Brian Harding is in the 28. And the world's oldest living modified driver, Lewis Nutter Sr. at 832 years old at the back of the field. Green flag, we're underway for the third of 4 Washington Modified Tour heat races. Jenner down low, comes washing up racetrack. O'Neill stays on the gas as Jenner comes bouncing through the bottom groove, holds it down, and will take the early lead. O'Neill second, Bischoff is third. Looks like James up doing a little rim riding there in the 13 mod, sitting in the 4th spot. Kyler Moore, Brandon Potter battling it out for 5th as James going way wide into the corner. Here comes Potter up to him with Moore lurking in 6th. James again really trying that high side. Then cuts the corner off a little bit as Moore spins it out on the inside of turn number 4. Cars will cross the line, and yellow flag will come out. So the lap complete with 2 down and 6 to go. Kyler Moore will fire back off at the back of the field. Missions of Newport and Corvallis, Reiki Roofing, Cozy Lawn entry. 45 of Berkeley, Colville Printing, Arden Tree Farm, Colville Auto Repair, and Gumer Trucking. As green flag's out. Here comes Bischoff looking to make a big restart. Up high he goes. Look at Jenner hiking the left wheels. Almost off the ground as he got her through 1 and 2. Hard on the hammer, leaning on the cushion. Dan Jenner, your leader. Bischoff's taken 2nd. Danny O'Neill 3rd. Brandon Potter is 4th. Potter not with us last night, so only getting 1 night of action in, but goes 2 wide over it, and James gets back underneath him for the 4th transfer position. Potter coming back after him now, as the 51 of Nutter having some trouble at the back of the field. Jenner, Bischoff, O'Neill, James. Potter outside looking in right now. Halfway through, 4 in, 4 to go. Bischoff to the inside of Jenner. Big run from the F1. Drag race down the front straightaway. Jenner going to bring it down a little bit to protect. Slides it wide going into 1, and look at that car just lift up on the left-hand side of it. One of the most impressive things about these machines is when they get hard over on the right and watching the risers on the left side pop the car up. Bischoff all over him now, looking for the lead. Way high up into the cushion, sliding around. Bischoff gets it too high. Bischoff drifting back. O'Neill trying to take 2nd from him. White flag one more time, the signal for Dan Jenner. Monty Bischoff, Danny O'Neill. Bischoff trying to protect that 2nd place. That gets him into the redraw here. O'Neill trying to take it from him. They make their way through 3. Off of 4. Dan Jenner going to win this one. 2nd at the line. Bischoff will hold off O'Neill for the position. Danny O'Neill and Brett James into the A main tonight, as the rest of the field will go to the B feature, including the 11,